We're live. Welcome back to Thursday night. North America Garblight Games. We are taking a bit of a break from Actun Cthulhu as Aaron is away. At first, Jeff was going to be away, but Jeff is here and Aaron is away. So we swapped and we're doing some Savage Pathfinder again in their absence. Because we had so much fun with the last one. So we're going to do a little bit of a dungeon crawl again tonight. So let's do the round table. Everybody can introduce their characters or remind people who they played last time when they kicked the butts of my enemies and just walked and trounced all over the dungeon they're presented with. And we'll see if this is a repeat of last time. Megan, tell us about Yargan, your kick-ass dwarf.
I don't know about kick-ass, but he is pretty cool. Yargan Swift Rivers is a dwarven fighter. He is tough as nails, loud-mouthed, illiterate asshole.
I love it. Thank you.
Yep.
I love it. We're gonna save the new character for last, so we're gonna jump down to Jeremy to tell us about Hemlock.
I'm playing Hemlock. I'm a high plains druid. I hate people, but I heal people. And sometimes I blow them away with my shillelagh.
It's true. And the newest member of our group, I had Monty on there because I didn't have room, but can you tell us about, is it Montague?
Well, hello. Hi. I'm Montgomery Quinn the Third. I am of the Quinn family of fromagers. We're cheese people, cheesemongers, and yeah, I do a little magic here and there. Illusory things, such like that, and yeah, and I was told that this was going to be a pirate themed adventure. Which is great because I dabbled in a little piracy when I was in college. I used to go to the bookstores, and while the bookseller wasn't looking, I would take some books off the shelf, I would copy them in my journal, and I would put it back, and I would leave. Yeah, it was it's very invigorating. So yeah, really looking forward to being here. It's gonna be fun. Yeah,
I believe that's illegal.
Well, I mean, it's piracy, so, don't tell me.
All right, so Montgomery, Fromage, how do you know the others?
Oh, well, you see, that's a good question. Were you all on, like, a ship at some point? Something like that? Or is this, like, a continuation of something?
We're going to say it kind of picked up where the last one left off. So they went and they liberated a tower on a war-torn battlefield, and they've now made their way back to town, and they're taking in the spoils of their adventure. They're just kind of enjoying time in the tavern, and they've gained a lot of attention since doing this because they're kind of the first to have done such a feat.
Oh, well, I'm a curious sort, and I'm a bit studious, so perhaps I'm just interested in learning about their adventures and maybe studying some of their process, and that would be great if that's okay with you all. I could be very useful. Like I said, I've dabbled in some magic here and there, various cruise liners and things. I do a little entertainment, make things there that aren't there, and people seem to find it very enjoyable. So yeah, maybe something like that. I think I'd fit right in.
I should have displayed the picture of your character with his bowl cut and his wheel of cheese, and
Yeah.
That's so ridiculous.
I do love cheese. I do. Very tasty. It's a family recipe.
Your big mutton chops.
Yes. I don't eat the mutton chops. Really, just the cheese. The mutton doesn't sit too well with my stomach. But I should also say I'm a gnome, so I'm not very big, so I won't take up much room. And yeah, there you go. And I'm a pirate, and I am a boatman. I have spent some time on the water, so it could be helpful. Tie knots and things. Read the currents.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed.
Really excited you're here.
Why don't we start things off? We'll say you're sitting at a table in a tavern. We still got some tavern music playing here. And, yeah, there's people around you. They're having a good time. You are sort of the talk of the town right now after liberating that tower and driving off that drow priestess and killing it and its spider creature. And you've gained a lot of notoriety here. It was in Absalom, I believe, where we left off.
Oh, yeah, we have our matching, like, white alligator boots now.
Yes, you do. Oh, yeah, she's an alligator. That's right. A giant albino alligator. So you have alligator boots, all of you. That's how that's how people know who you are. That's how you can be identified, by your matching alligator boots.
Those are very nice. Are they comfortable?
Yeah. Breathe really well.
That's good. That's really good. You know, you don't want to get blisters or anything like that. You know, you don't want to wear down the dogs. So they say.
That's true. Footwear is one of the most important facets of survival.
Oh yeah, I've read that for sure. Absolutely, yes sir.
Can I ask you a question? When you see a doorway, do you listen or do you just run through?
Oh well, that's a great question. I would need to ask a few follow-up questions. What is the size of the door? What is its material composite? Or is it a double door? A single door?
It's
those types of things.
Door.
Right. Gotcha. I would probably stand back and let someone else open it.
Okay, we're gonna get along fine.
Oh yeah, you guys just kicked doors open last time, didn't you?
I don't know why.
It's Yargan. Oh. So yeah, you're sitting there and you're getting to know Montgomery Quinn III, the cheesemonger, the fromage meister, and you see this fellow catches your attention. He's kind of going from table to table. He's wearing a bandana on his head. He's got a white puffy shirt and a cutlass at his side. And the odd thing is he's got this like clockwork parrot or bird perched up on his shoulder. I'll show you a picture of that. And you can kind of hear the gears clicking as it turns its head and looks around. And this guy's stumbling from table to table, and it looks like he's clutching like a piece of parchment, and he's like asking people. You can't really make out because it's really loud in here, and you just hear laughter. People push him away, and they're throwing their drinks on him, and he's, oh, please, I'm looking for a good crew. Please, will somebody help me? I'm looking. I'll share me plunder. And he kind of like stumbles over in your direction and just kind of falls on your table and then picks himself up, and the little clockwork bird jumps off his shoulder and into the middle of your table. On one of the rims of your cups, we'll say, the Clockwork Parrot.
No? Oh, well, hello.
Hello. Well, I am so sorry. People are so rude around here. I'm just looking for a little help. The name is Darnell Whitney. You can call me Albatross, and I'm looking for some adventurers. Find some lost pirate treasure.
Well, I don't know. What did they look like? Maybe we can help you find them. I don't know. Are they tall or are they short?
No, I'm looking for good men to take to the seas and help me find this. And I'm looking to split it with them. Would the three of you be interested in such a task? There'd be great riches involved. Have you ever heard of Captain Hemlock, the most feared pirate of them seas? No? Okay, well, he is quite famous, I swear. But I'm the last surviving member of his crew, and he said when he died, this here bird that was always perched on his shoulder would go looking for the crew members, the nearest crew member, and lead them to his lost treasure. And he also gave me this here piece of parchment, and he puts it down, slams it down on the table. I think it's a part of a map. I'll share that with you as well. So the map shows like a cove, and there's a pirate ship in there, and it says, "Begin your journey going with the tide, then against with and finally, what? Begin your journey going with the tide, then against, with, and finally against. Oh, that's confusing. There's more to it, and this is all I've got. But the bird will lead us there. I just need an able crew. I've got a dinghy parked out in the pier.
Oh, you didn't mention the dinghy. We've got a partial map, a riddle, a mechanical bird, but a dinghy, that seals it.
Oh!
I am a boatman. I do have a significant experience on the water as an entertainer of sorts. I can help with navigational duties here and there. I was never allowed to steer. I don't know if that's the proper term, but I can tie a good knot. That I can.
He's being modest. I've heard he's the saltiest dog in this side of town. They call him the cheesemonger.
Well, technically, that's not. It's the family, but I'm not exactly, part of the cheesemongers themselves. I have. Never mind. No, that's fine. Yes, I'm the cheesemonger. That's correct. All
right. Well, is he coming? And he kind of points to Montgomery. Is he coming with us? He looks at your matching boots. He goes, he doesn't have the same boots as the two of you. Is he one of yours?
So you said there's going to be money. What about violence?
Well, I assume so. It's pirate treasure. I'd hope so. I don't know much. The birds told me a little bit. I could tell you more on the way there if you're interested in helping me out. But there might be other crew members. Also, I don't really know. The bird came to me, and I assume everyone else is dead. But who knows what we'll encounter when we get there?
What do you say, friend? On one hand, seasickness. On the other hand, blood and coin.
He stands up, puts his arm around the pirate, and friends, let us be off.
Oh, that was easy. Okay, well, everybody else threw drinks on me and made fun of me and said I stunk, but all right, let's go. You guys want to head out tonight?
Depends. Do you have a light on your boat?
I've got a lantern.
Turns to Montgomery and says, can you sail at night?
Oh, sure I can. Yes, I've got very adept at the water sailing thing.
Excellent.
All right. Well, then I guess we should head out. Is there anything we need for gear or anything? Are you good? Are you the one that's going to be paddling there, Cheese Man?
Oh, no. I'm more of a, navigator, you could say. So not so much with the physical labor. Not really my forte.
All right. It's just the three of you, huh? Okay. Yeah.
Good things come in three.
All right, fine. You'll do. You're the only ones who've agreed to help me. Let's go. Let's go to my dinghy. Let's head on out. The bird will show us the way. Now that we've got a crew.
Your dinghy? You don't know where your dinghy is?
I know where my dinghy is, and the bird's going to show us the way to the treasure.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes more sense.
It'll be a great treasure. If I know Captain Hemlock.
But I thought you said you were on his crew. So
yes.
Shouldn't. Well, then why'd you say if?
Well, it's a figure of speech. If I know Captain Hemlock, it'll be a great treasure. And I do.
I know Captain Hemlock? That's a curious turn of phrase.
He just holds out his hand. He's like, you could call me Albatross.
Okay, well, hello, Albatross. You can call me Montgomery.
Hello, Montgomery.
Yes.
Let's head out.
To your dinghy.
To my dinghy.
Correct.
So he kind of waits for the rest of you to get up and leads you out of the tavern and through the streets and to the docks, out to the pier where he has his dinghy tied up. And it's more of a rowboat than anything else. It's gonna be quite cramped with the four of you in there. And there is a lantern hanging from the front. There's kind of like a little piece of wood that's poking up and a lantern dangling from it. And he walks over and he lights the lantern. And it's like pitch black out. So, all right, let's set out.
Let's, yes, indeed. Engage.
All right.
So you're gonna like, sit down and start playing.
Sit down and what? Start what? Sorry?
Yeah. I think there's feedback with the music.
Somebody has
Foundry and
feedback.
Megan's. I think it's Megan, yeah.
Megan. Your external speakers might be displaying it instead of into your headset.
Is that better?
Yes, I think so. Is that better for everybody else?
Yes, it is.
I normally have it muted, but it just started going. I was like, oh, I get to listen to the music today, but
Apparently not.
apparently not.
Montgomery Burns. That's right. Australia's plays. All right, so you head out. He sits down, and all of a sudden the bird like lifts off his shoulder and starts flying in a circle around you, and then starts just taking off. You can hear the gears ticking and working, and that way, Montgomery.
Indeed. Sure. Yes, I can handle this. No problem.
Follow Kahlo.
I will be on the rudder while someone else proceeds with the rowing. That would be swell.
All right, who's rowing?
I'll row.
All right, make me an athletics test, rower, and make me a sailing test, rudder.
I do in fact have boating.
Boating. There you go. I knew you had a skill. Boating.
I do. I am quite adept. I used to be a cruise magician.
All right, that was a success. The raise there, and a success. So it's dark. The waves are crashing. You're kind of being thrown around, but between the two of you, you're doing a very good job of keeping up with Kahlo, the mechanical parrot. And along the way, your friend Darnell Whitney, aka Albatross, fills you in on a little bit more. He lets you know that he was once a member of the Brass Bird, which was the ship for Captain Renlock. He's a notorious pirate, but he ended up surrendering to save the life of his crew. They were eventually taken by Andorian fleet of privateers, and he cut a deal to spare all of his people, and he's been sitting in jail ever since. But there was always a rumor of his long-lost treasure that was out there, and that's where this bird all of a sudden appeared one day and spoke to him in Captain Renlock's voice, telling him of this long-lost treasure, and then he is the last member alive, and the Kahlo has been tasked with bringing him there and finding that treasure. And it will be his for all of eternity.
Nice. So you're saying this here bird can talk?
You haven't heard it talk yet.
Okay.
And he
Just curious if that's maybe potentially on the table for a reward for this mission.
Potentially. Yeah, Clockwork Bird.
Yeah.
But he's not talking at all right now. And Darnell also tells you that this all kind of culminated and took place like 3 weeks ago, and he's been trying to search ever since. He lets you know that he has made it here, partially, but not all the way. The crew kind of like turned on him at one point and threw him overboard, and that's where his ship is now. They've stolen his ship, but Kahlo stayed with him. They weren't able to kidnap and keep the bird themselves, and that's why he's just kind of in this little rowboat. Because he is a dread pirate. Don't be deceived by appearances. But you continue to row through the night, and eventually, as morning breaks, you find yourselves in a cove. And in this cove, it is surrounded by rock all around you. There is a sandy beach in front of the rock cliff, but in the middle of this cove, you can see a partially sunk or submerged ship. And Darnell says, "Oh, It's the brass bird! What happened to it? What happened to Renlock's prize ship? Who would have done such a thing?
Well,
And the sunken remains are just kind of poking up out of the water. You right away can see that the steering wheel is intact and is sitting there out of the water, and it looks like pristine compared to all the wood around it. Like all the wood and the deck and everything else that's sticking out of the water is weathered. There's holes in it. There's barnacles all over everything, but this wheel looks like it's been untouched by the elements.
Well, that's very curious.
Probably enchanted in some way. Probably worth taking.
Could be. Cursed, maybe. Something like that.
Maybe. Might not hurt to search what we can on the boat anyways. We've only got a part of a map. Maybe there's another part on there.
Let's change it.
I think that makes a whole lot of sense.
Age of Sail. Yeah, if you want to, you could put the boat like on the beach nearby. I'll put you on a map here and show you what we're looking at to just kind of illustrate what bear with me. I'll move y'all so you could put the boat on the beach. Why is this not working? And all right, do you guys see? There you go. So you've got a beach, you got a big rock cliff face, you've got a submerged pirate ship in front of you. It looks like you're probably gonna have to swim to get out to the ship. It's gonna be a little too treacherous to like park your little rowboat next to this submerged pirate ship. Looking around this cove as well, you don't see any like structures or doors or anything else. This ship seems to be it. Just giving it a glance, a once over.
Well,
all right. Before we hop in, let's maybe double check there aren't any sharks in the water or anything like that.
Or dolphins. They can be very ordinary. They can hurt as well.
Yeah, dolphins are jerks.
Yep, they just poke you and poke you. And they break your ribs. Very bad. Or like mermaids or sirens or really big crabs. There's actually a lot of things in the water that could hurt you.
It's true. Nothing good happens in the ocean.
Oh, no. Well, I don't know about that. But, sure. Lots of things can go wrong.
All right.
Do you have like a spell or something you're using, or are you just wanting to like scan? Like you do want to like
just
a notice roll?
I don't have a spell that does anything special.
Okay. Yeah, otherwise it'll just be a notice roll, and anybody can make that. The go-to catch-all for Savage Worlds, notice rolls. Yeah, Hemlock. You're good. Montgomery Quinn the third, you're good. If you want Yargan, you can make me a notice roll. Oh, you're not so good. You're feeling a little seasick. You're anxious to get your feet down on the beach over here. You're kind of getting your sea legs and getting your wits back about you here. But the two of you scan the area, and you don't see like sharks, like predators, we'll say, in the water. It looks like there are just harmless fish. We will say that. What do we get for rolls here? Yeah. There's that's all you see are fish. Fish, harmless fish, no sharks.
All right.
Well, I suppose let's start swimming.
All right, so that is an athletics roll.
Yay.
Oh, well, in that case,
So here's a question. Like I've been rowing all night. Should I roll with some sort of disadvantage for swimming?
No, I'm not going to give you fatigue or anything like that.
Thanks.
Not yet.
Ooh.
Look at that. So those are with raises? Is that why those are lit up? Is it always lit up on deadlines like that? Have I just not noticed it?
For explosions.
No.
Oh,
I have other mods on.
Gotcha.
So our roll display is a little different.
Gotcha. You have to tell me which ones those are after. So yeah, Montgomery and Hemlock, you jump into the water, and The two of you just like break the water without a sound. You dive right in and just start swimming effortlessly. Jorgen, you also get in there, but you're kind of clanking and banging. And are you wearing armor or anything like that? Or you got a shield, right? It's kind of give you a little resistance. But you make your way over there eventually. No issues. And Darnell will also swim over with you. And the parrot is flying above you. And you guys all make it over to this the ship. You kind of start looking around, and like I said, you can clearly see now that this thing is in terrible, terrible shape. It's been here for quite some time, but the wheel itself is immaculate. And right away, Carlo, the parrot, sits down on a nearby perch next to the wheel, and he opens his mouth, and all of a sudden, a voice comes through. Oh, maybe not. I thought it... What? I'm just looking for it here. There we go. You hear this voice. Me friends, it pleases this old pirate's heart to see you gathered here once again on the deck of the Brass Bird. Although my time is past, I have found one last treasure for you to plunder. But, to ensure it doesn't fall in the wrong hands, I have placed a few challenges in your way. Don't worry! I am sure there are nothing you can't handle. To open the way, you must sail from the home of the pirates to plunder the coasts of Aricia. Return home, but then make your way to Absalom to spend your loot. Finally, follow your dream and sail to the River Kingdoms and retire in peace. As my throat gives out on me. After that clue, Carlo grows silent and just stares at the captain's wheel.
Was he staring at the captain's wheel, like, before he started talking?
He was, like, looking at you, just had his mouth wide open. Like, it wasn't even moving or anything, and it was just like a speaker emitting this voice from within him. And then he turned and looked at the wheel. I'm going to show you a picture of the wheel. So you notice on the wheel here that it has northeast, southwest at the different points on the wheel. And you also notice that there is a wave-like pattern in the middle of the wheel going in a counterclockwise position or direction.
Does this give off any sort of magical or like occult vibes or anything like that?
Do you have like detect magic or anything?
No, I just have an occult. I was just thinking maybe I could make an occult roll if there's anything like with the symbol of the wave.
There's nothing occult about it. It's more maybe nautical.
Well, I had to make a guess. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
My gut says we steer this thing as if we were going in the directions of what he said. Not that we actually say it there.
Wait! And he's gonna find some sort of like rock or piece of wood or something that's on the ground, and he's gonna chuck it at the wheel. Does anything happen?
A piece of wood? You just whip it at the wheel? No, it just bounces off. And and Darnell goes, "Hey, what's the big idea?"
I had to check for traps.
Oh, good thinking. Let's do a couple rolls here. Do we have like common knowledge or anything like that?
Yeah, common knowledge.
You can make me a common knowledge roll, everybody.
That's not strong.
Wow, Jorgen. Y'all passed. Y'all hit the target number. But Jorgen really did. Alright, so Jorgen, you remember that piece, that fragment of that map that was given to you earlier, and it kind of reminds you of something. Begin your journey going with the tide, then against, with, and finally against. You feel like this might be also, this ties in to the directions that the pirate captain Renlock gave in his clue through the bird.
So now that he's like figured that there's no traps here because he's chucked a piece of wood at it. I'm gonna go over to the wheel, and before he touches it, he's gonna go to Albatross. Which way? Which way does the tide go in? Which way does the tide go out?
I'm gonna say with the other successes that Montgomery and Hemlock got, you were also able to chip in here and help kind of put this together. Hemlock, you were already along the lines of solving this as well, so you're kind of figuring out, like, okay, you're going through this riddle and you're going, okay, so sail from home and to Varesia. So Darnell chimes in and tells you, "Oh, home is here. It indicates we're north. We're in the shackles, and we travel up to Varesia, so that's north. I'd say. I don't think I could have done this without the three of you here. I'm not smart enough. Return home. That's we go from there to there, and then back home would be, we went north, so we'd go south to go back. That only makes sense, no? Heading to Absalom, the great city. It's east. You guys, I'll say with your rolls, you guys figured this out as well, the different directions. And heading from there to retire in the River Kingdom, it's just north again. And that kind of checks out with what was written on that piece of parchment that he had as well.
Excellent.
So he says, "Who's gonna do it?"
I'll do it.
All right, there's a north, south, east, north. You got that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like...
Yeah. Go with the tide. Remember, go with the tide.
Right.
So remember remember there's a wave on the wheel. And it's going counterclockwise. It's kind of like in that direction.
And
it's
then,
crashing.
So it turns it to north, so like, and then down to south, to east, and then to north.
Yeah. As you're doing it, you turn it. It's kind of like hard at first, and you hear a click. And you spin it back the other way, and another click. And you do all four of them, and eventually is a click, one final click, and a little compartment slides open on the wheel, revealing another piece of parchment.
Well, and he's gonna grab it, he's gonna look at it, and he's going to, like, skim it, look up at everybody else, skim it again, and be like, Hemlock, share with the group.
Oh, okay. Let's see what we got here. Make an offering to Gora, but be prepared to face the storm's wrath.
Probably Gazra.
Gazra.
Yeah,
I hate
got
cursive.
storm season.
Okay. And then what's this little tidbit here? What's this drawing?
Yeah, so there's a drawing on there. I gotta find it again. You guys should still have it there. What it says? Make an offering to Gore, but be prepared to face the storm's wrath. One other thing, Gazra, yeah. One other thing to note: you see that northwest of the ship, there's now an opening in this cove in the wall, leading into a cavern or cave that wasn't there before.
It seems like a good sign. Surely nothing dangerous in there.
Yeah, Darnell says we should go. We should get out of here.
We should. Of course, this is probably the part where we get ambushed by land sharks.
Well, not land sharks, but vipers. Water vipers.
What?
All of a sudden, these two large vipers start slithering out of the wreckage of the ship behind you.
Oh, come on.
They were living in the ship! You didn't get any... If you got any raises, I was gonna give them to you, but you didn't get any raises.
Stupid snakes.
They were hidden well. Alright, let's
Why'd it have to be snakes?
let's... Alright. So, we should all be on the turn tracker. I'm going to begin combat. Does anybody have any special edges that give them different cards or anything like that? Let them redraw?
Nope. No, nothing like that.
Alright. So, Montgomery, Quinn, you're up first. You get to show these guys what you're made of as these water vipers slither out.
I run away.
Okay. You are more than welcome to that. I'm also going to open. Boop. There, you should see an opening on the map now as well.
Okay, I am going to...
Do you see an opening for the cavern or cave now as well on the beach to the northwest?
Are they actually right up on my biz? Like
well, they're like slithering up. Yeah, we'll say like they slithered out from the wreckage below you. These water vipers.
All right. I am going to. Sorry, I forgot to put in my treats from my spell. I'm gonna cast a spell.
Okay.
Whoa. Oh dear. Oh,
what are you gonna?
No.
Cast.
So. I'm trying to remember small blast. I'm trying to remember the templates. Oh my god. Okay. So I'm going to cast a spell.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna. Abra. Oh crap! I forgot the word. Oh jeez. Oh no, not again. And then I will. You'll see me pull out like this, like orange, like crystal ball, and I will like channel through it. You'll see it kind of glow, all nice and bright. Boom. And I'm going to try to cast confusion in a blast template. So
on the
hopefully
snakes.
This affects both. Yep. So. I'm going through all my...
No, it's all good.
So...
Alright, next.
so
My venomous snakes. It says venomous on there. Oh no, you guys are tipped off that they're venomous. Damn it.
So I'm going to... see, do I want to use any... I'm not going to use any extra power points. That doesn't seem...
Not at this point. It's too early. These are just snakes.
Doesn't seem necessary. These are just vipers.
Goddamn snakes. Okay.
All right. Well, it confounds all the targets in a medium blast template. So that'll encompass both your snakes, and they are either distracted or vulnerable. I'm going to go ahead and say that because they go next, I'm going to go ahead and. I'm going to make them distracted.
Okay.
So they're going to have -2 on their attacks against us until the end of their turns. Yeah, that's my action. And I will then run away to the other side.
Go for it.
Of the boat, so as not to be attacked by them.
Gotcha.
That cheesemonger's a natural tactician.
You look very closely. You can see little stars swirling around their foreheads.
They seem a little befuddled. One's gonna slither up to each of the two closest targets, and they're gonna try to bite you. Oh no, we're gonna do Yargan first.
At a -2.
Yes, at a -2. That's all right. We're not gonna hit you guys anyways. Does a 2 hit you, Megan? No. And the other one slithers up to Hemlock and also attempts to bite him. Hopefully he doesn't scuff your alligator boots with his teeth, but gets a -1 and bites the deck instead.
Oh dear.
All right, Hemlock, what do you want to do? These are bigger than usual vipers. These are quote unquote giant vipers, if you will, man-sized vipers. That's why they're not the tiny little tokens.
Well, I suppose I want to stab them.
Have some combat music.
See if I double right click it, that should do it, right?
The target, yeah.
There we go, now it's doing it.
Woo!
Nice.
All right, hit with a raise. Do your thing.
Stupid snakes. I hate
It
snakes.
says it missed? What did you roll? That's not a miss. That's wrong. That's wrong. 25 points? Holy shit, how do you kill the snake?
Stomp on its head, shove the spear through the back of it, rip the rest of it away so the head's been taken away. The rest of this is good meat, folks. Just get rid of the head.
Yeah, these are not wild cards. Shocker.
I got 5 wounds. That's awesome.
25. I don't know why it showed miss. I'm gonna have to get Jeff's mods and stuff on here that he's using.
It appeals to be a scale problem because yeah, I think it's a scale size. If you look at question mark, I'm not sure if these are like really, really tiny or something.
So the original ones were, and I kind of scaled them up. So yeah, we just gotta. Yeah, I have to work with the limited bestiary that is available right now. Okay, yeah, Yargan, you're up.
So, like, naturally, he's gonna pull out his longsword and go to town.
That is a hit. Not with a raise, but that is a hit. 9 damage.
What color are these snakes?
These water vipers?
Yes.
They are red. They're red. They're crimson.
Right. Fair.
Fair. All right. How do you finish off this one?
What?
These things are super easy. This is a distraction. This is a distraction for the main course, Megan.
Oh, fantastic. and he's gonna eye Montgomery's like foot size and kind of think, how can we get him a pair of boots?
I was thinking the same thing. It's kind of like whenever you see those little baby cheeses, you have the little red wrap around them. These would be the perfect little booties for our cheesemonger here.
Well, I can tell you all about those. Those are excellent. We sourced those wrappers from near the world route, if you believe it. They're actually a demon skin. Yeah. True story. Yeah, that's we spare no expense.
I really thought I wasn't gonna like you, but you're kind of okay.
Wait, but before you said you were gonna like me. Oh boy.
I know.
I feel like I'm in college all over again.
All right, combat is over. You're on the ship. You've got your next map fragment. You've opened up the secret door in the cove here. I think I know where we're going. We're going in. Darnell goes, "Oh, that was mighty impressive. I knew I chose the right crew for this adventure. And you will be rewarded accordingly."
Point of order, Albatross. But you didn't really choose us. No one else agreed to go. So,
we could end this agreement here if you like.
No. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, we're already here, so might as well continue. Anybody like a piece of cheese? I get a little famished after a fight, and so he pulls out a big old bag. It's about 10 pounds of cheese. If anybody would like some, as he starts nibbling them, because he has a habit of he's addicted to cheese.
Nice. Good old Monterey Jack.
Have different kinds, or is it all one kind?
Oh, I have all sorts. This is Havarti, right here, very creamy, right there. Yep. Some hard cheddar. Be careful with that. You get a little gassy, but very, very tasty going down. Very chewy.
Yeah. I'll take that one, Montgomery. Just a little.
Here you go.
I'm just gonna do a blind grab. Suicide run.
Excellent. Wonder. Oh, that's a Briere. Oh my, fancy.
Okay.
Not bad. All right, now let's go get some treasure.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's move you off the boat and into this cavern. You, me, and Darnell. All right, let's change up our music to something more appropriate. We're not in the seas anymore. Oh. Let's go. I don't know why big sections of the map are not covered up, but it is what it is. All right, move on. Who's pressing forward? Who's taking the lead?
Yargan, of course.
All right, Largan. All right, Yargan, press forward. I'll move you. All right, you come around the corner. The passage beyond the hidden door ascends at an incline a few feet above the high tide line of the cove before leveling off. The passage ends in a short set of stairs that descend towards a large chamber lit only by a vine-choked cracks in the ceiling above. The rough-hewn chamber has fallen into disrepair. The western wall has collapsed partially, and dirt, rock, and plant debris litter the floor, nearly obscuring a large leaf pattern made from green quartz. The tip of this leaf ends in a brackish pool of water. Rising up from the water is a mold-encrusted stone statue of a woman who appears to emerge from the wave. With seaweed in her hair and her arms held high in supplication to the sky above. A faint clicking and rustling sound can be heard from the collapsed wall to the west. But its source is not apparent.
Hello!
Your voice just booms. Hello, hello, hello. You hear more clicking and like skittering from the west. But nothing appears where the wall has collapsed.
We're gonna get crabs.
Well, I do like crabs. I have a few pairings that would probably go well with them. It's usually not shellfish and cheese. Usually, not so much. But that's you meant the other kind. Oh, haha, yeah. Funny. That's a ribald joke. Some good humor there.
Let's see. So that's probably, you said Gozra is probably the right way to say the name?
Gozra. Yeah.
Or Gozra.
Gozra, not... Yeah. Gozer.
Now, player knows what it is. I don't know if well, actually, I think, I don't know. It's fairly well known.
Yeah, that's fine. You recognize Gozra. And you guys know her as a nature deity. And she's also like a deity that is worshipped, or there are offerings typically given by sailors, merchants, and even pirates, because it is said that she controls the fury of the sea and the sky.
Was there some sort of offering plate in front of that there statue?
No, but your map fragment did say something about, what did your map fragment say? It said, make an offering to Gozra, but be prepared to face the storm's wrath. So you got this fountain in front of you, this pool in this fountain, and a statue of her in front of you.
All right. Trying to figure out where we'd make an offering. Also, can I maybe search around this? I'm anticipating some crabs are gonna attack us.
Everybody can go ahead and make me a notice roll, from the stairs here. I'm not gonna jump you. You can get a better idea of the room here, so you can see the debris. You guys can stay back if you want, but if you make a notice roll, you are gonna have to move up. Montgomery, Yargan, yeah, all of you are kind of taking in this room. And there's definitely this clicking noise coming from within there. With your single successes, you can hear movement, but you're not sure what. It's completely dark and black within that caved-in kind of cavern to the west. But you know that there is definitely something in there. And it sounds like when you stop and listen to it, there's multiple things in there. But with your standard successes, you can't see or make out or get any more than that there are multiple things within those caverns. You can even see from here, it looks like they branch out deeper into smaller channels.
Well, I'm very curious. I just want to know what the hello, Skitter friends. Hello, anybody there? Hello.
So I'm gonna go right up to the tunnel and call in. Curious is his entrance.
Hello. Well, I wonder what these are. Maybe crabs. Maybe something else. Hello?
Here, I'll help you move some rocks.
Oh, sure. I shall help you. Absolutely.
You notice all of a sudden on the ceiling above you, a massive giant ant is walking upside down and is making these clicking noises with its mandibles. And you see another one, and another one, and another one. And there are 4 giant ants now making their way towards you. Ooh. These guys can be tough.
Are they, like, able to fit through the crevices?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is their, like, little ant system that they've made. Let's go back to combat, shall we?
Well, if you insist.
As these things are going to approach you. Whoa, Megan with an ace.
Oh, no.
All right, so you see there are a couple of these up on the ceiling. There are a couple of them skittering down these corridors towards you. But they're coming towards you now as you kind of entered the little area, and you were shouting and screaming. Well, not screaming, but shouting, and it definitely disrupted them. So let's start with Yargan. You're up first. You can see ants all in front of you. 4 ants in total. Giant ants. Dwarf-sized ants.
Like, how far away are they? Are they, like, right here? Or
yeah, like, you'd have to move up to them. Like, so we'll say that the one to the northwest is on the roof, and the one to the west is on the roof. The others are down on the ground, and the roof is about maybe 10 feet tall.
Okay, so,
I'll put a little sparkle. Oh, no, not shaken. No.
Oh,
Sorry, you're gonna have to play it where it lies. It appears to be shaken.
I'll put a protection spell on it.
Well, that seems incorrect.
Well, I'll move up to that dude.
No, remove shaken. Why are they not going away?
They're frightened by my very presence.
Boop, boop. Yeah, so that one's on the roof. All right, you want to try and slash out with your axe? It's 10 feet up. You want to slash up at this giant ant?
Can I throw a dagger?
Yeah, you can try to throw a dagger. Of course.
When I do that, what am I using?
Athletics for throwing stuff.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
That is a miss. That is a miss. You throw your dagger and it just kind of hits off the cavern ceiling and bounces down on the ground near you.
Calm down.
Why are my ants not on there? Oh, why you must have deleted the one that...
Yeah. Looks like a surprise round.
Oh, blackjack. Can I give it another card? That's not fair. I'll use that one. I don't know what the last one was. There we go. I'm good with 7. All right. So Hemlock, you're up next.
All right. Okay. I'll bravely come up here and use the reach of my spear to kind of stand behind Yargan and bravely stab up at the ceiling.
Sure. Go ahead and roll to attack.
Right. Oh, I should have targeted it first. I'm sorry. Do that.
That is a hit. No raise, but a hit.
I'll take a hit.
9 damage. Yep, shaken. That is correct.
I'll take it. Just kind of try and hold it up against the ceiling so the next person can get something in.
Speaking of which, the next person, Montgomery, it's your turn.
Oh, well, I don't mind if I do. They're Hemlock. So I'm going to get my old marble out and going to give it a nice little caress, and then I'm gonna hold it out, and then I'm gonna fire an identical blue bolt in the direction of the thing that Hemlock is. See if we can take this sucker out. So I'm casting bolt. So here we go. That's a 4.
That's a hit.
That is 2d6 worth of damage.
Okay.
It should be anyway. That's That should be 2D. Hang on. Let me double check. I think it's 2d6. I could be wrong. It could be the right round. Sorry, wrong spell. Sorry.
There's a 1 and a 4.
Was it a 1 and a 4?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. So 5 points.
It does not seem to affect it at all. It just kind of bounces off its thick, like natural armor.
Hemlock, I don't mean to alarm you. We might be screwed. I think they're immune to magic. Oh my god. And I'm gonna take a couple steps back.
They're not immune to magic. You just didn't do enough damage to hurt it.
Oh, I know.
All right. Ooh, didn't enroll. Didn't roll. What do I roll to attempt to unshake? Bigger.
Spirit
Thank
for
you.
shaking.
Matthew, could I forgot. I can use Benny's.
Oh yeah,
can I use a
yeah.
Benny
Yeah,
to
reroll your damage with
reroll
the Benny.
my damage?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I think I should have done it from there. Oh, that's even worse.
We're gonna stick with the 5.
Oh yeah. I think we'll go with 5.
This does not unshake though.
Nice.
That one ant that is pinned, but we have more skittering towards the rest of you. This one's not walking on the ceiling. This one was on the ground. So, oof. Cheesemonger. All right, let's do the one on Yargan first. That is unshaken. It's gonna try to bite you. I'm gonna hit you guys anyways. Miss. We got 2 on Hemlock. This one will try to bite you. Miss. I'm assuming a 5 does not hit you. And the last one tries to sting you with its stinger on its backside. And hits you the 50! Holy shit.
Yeah, that tracks.
Whoa. Okay. That hits.
All right. Well, I'll clench my cheeks and get ready for the dire penetration.
Where's the damage on here? There we go. Damage with raise. 13 points of damage. And there's also poison on this.
All right, so 9 is my toughness, so that's a wound. I think I might try to soak.
Okay, yeah.
So I'll spend a Benny.
Have we...
Make a figure check.
I was reading poison before this. Where are you poison? Not in that one.
Yeah, I actually don't think I want to take any of that damage.
Okay, so you're just gonna stop all of it. You just deflect it.
Like I said, I clench my cheeks.
All right.
Nope.
No damage. So this thing turns around. It tries to stab you or pierce you with its stinger, and it seems to, but it doesn't go through. It just kind of deflects off your alligator skin boots. And that's it for my guys. Back to the top of the turn order. So Montgomery, you see that all of these giant ants have filtered out and are attacking your new companions.
Oh, well, dear. Well, that's a lot of them. But the bright side is I can get a few of them with a little spell I like to call confusion. So I'm going to drop it in such a way that I'm gonna think I can get 3 of them. 1, 2. It's a medium. I always remember the I always forget the templates. Hang on. Just had it up and I accidentally closed it down. Blast template. So yeah, medium blast template is basically it's a 4-inch diameter, so it's 4x4. So I should be able to get them. This does, however, mean I think that you guys are also going to get hit by it. So
exciting.
Sure.
I like it.
So yeah, confounds all targets.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I don't care. So I'm gonna cast confusion. So here we go. Spell cast. That is. I will Benny that.
Okay.
For a 5.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say this time everyone's vulnerable. Easier to hit.
So +2 to your rolls. Is that how it works?
Yeah. I'm gonna get a +2 to hit. Well, a +2 when you're attacking a vulnerable target.
Nice.
Do they stay vulnerable for everybody's turn?
Until the end of their turn.
Okay. It's over to Yargan.
So longsword it is. So do I get to put +2?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a hit. 8's a hit. Are you attacking the one that's already kind of pinned, or are you attacking a new one?
No, the one I'm engaged with.
Okay, that does no damage to it. It bounces off its thick, natural armor. These guys are bitches for toughness. Hemlock, over to you.
All right, I'm trying to think of the best way to do this.
Like the one
thing. Well, you're not too far off. If I go diagonal like this, you'll see Hemlock reach beneath his cloak there, pull out this long wand of ironwood with moss. It's basically a druid shotgun, his shillelagh, as you will. I'm gonna do burst to hit these top 3 ants.
Should get +2 on that too. It's all actions against.
Nice.
Just attack rolls.
So, and I can spend. All right, I'll spend the extra power point to make it a little bit more damaging too. 1 +2.
Oof. That just hit.
Okay. Well, fortunately, it's a ranged thingy. And it didn't fail, so I don't get the free reroll to try and fish for that bit. But it's going to be 3d6 versus all 3 of those, including the one that's stunned.
12 points of damage. Okay. Time to do the old maths. So they've taken... Okay, so they're stunned. They've taken 4 points of damage. That would be stunned, right?
Shaken.
Thank you, shaken. I meant...
If you match shaken, if you're 4 over wounded, or if you're already shaken, you're wounded.
Well, see, here's the thing. That one that was already shaken, it didn't seem to wound it.
That's weird.
I'll tell to avoid confusion. They're hardy. So if beast is shaken, another shaken result won't cause a wound. You have to actually give, you have to do a decisive blow to finish these things off.
Oh, 12 damage isn't enough to meet its toughness?
It met its toughness.
Oh, but you have to actually...
You have to exceed it. That's how I'm reading hardy. If the beast is shaken, another shaken result does not cause a wound. A decisive blow is need...
He did 12 damage, so...
They have high toughness. They have very high toughness.
Their toughness is greater than 8?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yep, these guys are tough.
Well,
these are tough.
For what it's worth, I see on my... I'm looking at my roll, I get a 2, a 6, and a 4. So it did the 12, but it didn't explode my 6 for me.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So roll another...
So okay, 15?
So that will wound it.
Thank goodness.
Okay.
Matt, Jeremy reminded me of something. I also have a free reroll on a failed spellcasting test, so I wouldn't have had to spend the Benny on that reroll.
Okay, give yourself the Benny back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so my ant's turn. Is there anything else you want to do?
Nope, that's pretty much it. Just stunning some things and that... Oh god, it's not down yet. Oh no.
No, it's down. That one's down. Okay, so they're all shaken, right? Except for the one to your right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll here to try and unshake. Nope. And the one in front of you. Yep. Alright, so that one unshakes. Alright, so I got 2 ants. One is going to attack Yargan, one is going to attack Hemlock. They get a +2, and they also have gang up bonus that I forgot. That would have come in really handy last time. So plus. for the gang up bonus as well. You guys get gang up bonuses as well when you're adjacent, right? So. Let's see. Should I do a wild attack? The first one is on Yargan. That does not hit you, does it, Yargan? What is your parry? It's a 10. That does not hit you.
So technically, they're all confused, so they should get +2 on that.
Okay. Confused?
So yeah, like it's an AOE, and it doesn't say enemies. It just says characters. So
right. So they get a +2, and then they got a +1 for the gang up bonus.
No, what I'm saying is like both Yargan and Hemlock are also vulnerable this turn.
Right. That's why I was giving myself the bonuses.
Oh, okay. If you gave it to them, that's fine. Never mind.
So if we check vulnerable on our sheet, will it do anything?
If you use the targeting system, if you make sure you target before.
Does a 6 hit you, Hemlock? No.
Yes.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm not the combat machine that some of the others were.
That Aaron is?
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, this is just straight damage, though. 4 damage. Does that do anything to you? No.
Actually, wait. So now my fighting's 8. So it'd be 4 + 2, 6. Actually, no, it should be a 7 because my spear.
So nothing on that one. Next round of combat. Yargan, I have not gone first at all in this encounter. Yargan, you're up first. You've got a shaken ant in front of you, and you've got 2 others to the south of you.
Still vulnerable, yes?
Did it end this round, Jeff?
No, you're good. Everyone should be good.
Okay, cool.
These ants are tough. These giant ants are tough. That does not hit the giant ant.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, this is awful.
Is the giant ant
spending for a reroll?
Oh yeah, do you want to spend a penny?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, whoop, back to you.
So
the dice are not in your favor tonight, Yargan.
no, they are not. Oh my gosh!
A 5 hits.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So early damage.
Oh, I had it in my head that it was like 9. So. Sweet.
No, the toughness is really high. Okay, that does something.
What?
So which one did you attack?
Oh, sorry. I thought I.
No, it's all good. Which one did you want to hit?
One to the north.
Okay, that was the one that was already stunned. So it is not enough to give it a wound, unfortunately. It was already stunned, but it's hardy, so it just kind of eats the attack. It's gonna roll its spirit, the one that's shaken. It is unshaken, and it is going to attack you. I'm gonna do a wild attack because I can. Does a 6 hit you? No. You have a 10 parry.
I do.
It's the wrong one that's vulnerable. That's okay. Okay. And now another ant is going to attempt to attack Hemlock. Let's do a wild attack on you as well with his bite.
Oh, no.
Does a 6 hit you? No. Right? I need a 7
Just
or
barely, no.
Okay. And then the last one is going to try and bite you regularly. They are now all vulnerable. And that misses. Okay. Over to you, Montgomery.
Okay. Well, this looks like we're in a bit of a pickle here. So, you know what goes well with pickles? Cheese.
Cheese.
So, you know. Also, I couldn't give myself a penny for some reason, because I don't know how this works.
Okay, I'll give you one.
Looks different for players.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to take out the orange marble, and I'm gonna whisper sweet nothings into its ear. It doesn't have ears; it's metaphorical. And then I am going to hurl a beautiful bolt at one of these vulnerable targets. I'm gonna go for the one right there in the middle, so that neither Hemlock nor Yargan thinks I'm playing favorites. So I'm going to go one right in the middle. And I'm going to fire a bolt, and I'm going to put a couple power points into this to do a little extra damage. I'm going to go two extra power points, do some little damage. That's a hit, I think, with a 15.
That is a hit with a raise. Yes, that is definitely a hit.
So I am going to spend a little damage on that. Let's see. I spent... Hang on. So, and I got a raise as well. So this should be... I'm not sure if this is going to roll right, but it should be rolling more than... We'll see. Also, this one out what happens. All right, there should be another D6. Hang on. Didn't roll the... it didn't automatically roll the PowerPoint booster, so I actually get 2 more D6s on top of that.
Okay.
Because I got a raise. So that's 16 points of damage.
Holy crap.
Yes.
Okay, so is this going to be the decisive blow? Which one was this on, sorry?
The one right in the middle.
Okay, gotcha.
That cheesemonger's a real straight shooter.
I have been unleashed. My
So
power is unstoppable.
16 points of damage.
That is correct, sir.
Okay. That is enough to shake it.
Wait, what?
Don't you have to go additional over to do a
15
wound?
points of damage?
Yeah, man. Remember these guys had 9 toughness.
It's dead.
Is it? Oh.
Wait,
Yeah,
No.
4 over 9 is 13.
it's dead.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you. All right, it's dead. Done. All right.
Like, damn, these are strong.
They are.
Let's say, yeah.
Okay. And next, Hemlock.
All right. I guess I'll stab the one next to me. That seems like the thing to do. Is it vulnerable or just the one up above?
They're both vulnerable.
Okay, yeah, I'll stab the one that's up on me. So let me target him.
Does not hit.
Does vulnerable give me a bonus to hit?
Oh,
at
plus
all?
2. Yeah, plus 2. Yep, that
Would a
hits.
6 hit?
Yep.
Okay. Hooray. Wah, wah.
Does not penetrate its toughness.
Eh,
These,
eh.
these things are tough. All right, Montgomery, back to you.
Already. Oh, jeez. So there's one that's still vulnerable. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna be like, well, I think I should probably do this again. So I'll do the same thing I did before, and I will cast another one of these spells with some extra oomph to it.
Extra?
You know, little extra oomph, and yeah, we'll go from there. Let's see how I roll. That's a success. No raises this time. But it's still going to be 3 d6s worth of damage.
Yep.
So I'm trying to get it to roll like properly. Let's see if this works this time. Okay, 9 points of damage this time.
So that meets its
Could shake it.
toughness. That was the one that's closest to you.
I was going for the one that was vulnerable.
They're both vulnerable. They both did wild attacks
Okay.
last turn. So
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, whichever one's.
okay. On their turns, this one will try to unshake. Unsuccessfully, so just the one that is vulnerable. You lose your vulnerable the next round, right? When it comes back to you, because it was just a wild attack to gain that.
End of your turn. Yeah, it's at the end of your next turn.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, it's just gonna try and attack you then, Yargan. Try and bite ya. And miss. All right, Yargan, over to you.
So here's a question. Can you explain what a wild attack is for me?
So you get more dice to hit, but then it left these guys vulnerable. So like you could do, I think it's extra damage as well, isn't it? The wild attack. Just gonna look it up here. +2 fighting, +2 damage, but vulnerable until the end of the attacker's next turn. So you get bonus dice. It's just like you were doing like an all-out attack on this thing, but it's going to leave you open at the same time. But you get bonuses for doing it.
Oh, no, that's fair. That's what I thought it was. I just wanted to...
Yeah. So that you can just click it on the prompt there if you ever want to do it.
So yeah, Yargan's going to do a wild attack for sure. Super frustrated that this ant is getting the better of him.
That is a hit with a raise? Yes.
Yes.
Is it? Yes.
And...
That is.
Seriously?
Do you want to re-roll that?
Yes, I do.
Spend a Benny. Maybe give you guys some bennies back.
Jeez.
This has been a rough encounter. This is like already taken longer than any encounter from the last adventure, including the boss encounter.
Jeez. Very well.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And you get an extra D6 on top of that.
Extra D6? Oh my goodness.
Yep, because you got a raise.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, give yourself a D6. Good catch, thank you.
12.
Wow.
Okay.
And then another +2 on top of that. 14, which if their toughness is a 9, is
dead.
shaken and wound.
Yeah.
It is dead. You killed an ant.
Math!
There's one left, and he's not on the turn order. All right, Hemlock, it's over to you.
All right, gonna stab this stupid thing. It's already shaken.
Nope.
Or maybe I won't.
Next round?
Yeah.
All right, Yargan, you're up first. It's shaken.
Okay. And so... I'm sorry, guys.
No worries.
It's fast.
Do another wild attack?
Yeah.
Hit with a raise.
Sweet.
So make sure you click wild attack when, or raise damage. I'm sorry, raise damage when you do your damage roll. Woo!
There you go.
That one was already shaken. So you kill the last giant ant. Woof. Wow, that took way longer than expected.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
No worries.
There we go.
Already
here.
100% more difficult than the last adventure.
Ooh.
Well,
Really hate bugs.
well, actually, they're ants, which is I guess it's a form of bug.
It's
Not
better
bad,
than
but
catching crabs.
That's true. Yep. Though, they could be itchy too. If they bite you in the wrong spot, it'd be very unpleasant.
That's fair. That's a good point.
So, gonna give this offering to old Gozer here. I don't really know a whole lot, except as a boatman, I do know that Gozra is like, sailors and things. I'm not sure exactly what offering they would like.
Your buddy
Leaf on the
Darnell
ground.
says, perhaps we give a coin to the fountain and make a wish.
Well, all right.
I will throw both a coin and a small piece of cheese into the fountain.
All right, as the coin and the cheese hit the water, all of a sudden, there's like a rumbling. You see ripples in the water, and a booming voice rises from the statue behind. It says, "Those who seek the blessing of the wind and the waves must face the storm's fury." And as the voice fades, the water from the pool explodes, blasting the chamber with brackish filth. An explosion reveals a towering creature made of the purest azure water. Like a living tidal wave, the creature surges forward to attack. This adventure might be way harder than I expected. After you guys trounced the last one, I was expecting you to do the same on this one. But we got a water elemental. As the map said, you have to face its wrath.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this is going to be rough.
Oh, well.
Oh man.
Well, okay.
Why are you not all going?
Perhaps I can speak with it. I do speak some Aquan. And
Aquan?
water elementals.
Is that one of the
Aquan.
languages you took
It
today?
is in fact. As a boatman, I figured that would be a good one.
Nice.
All right, let's begin combat.
I will
all right.
say, gurgle, 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 gurgle.
And this thing is huge, so size is large on this. If you look at the number of squares that it takes up, that is accurate. This thing was supposed to be an elite water elemental, and I downgraded it before this adventure even. It's big. It's a large creature. So if you get bonuses to hit large creatures, it'll take all that into effect and everything. But this mass of water is just like, it's got these like, the water's constantly dripping and flowing, but you can see almost like these indents of eyes and a mouth. And Yargan, it's up to you first. This thing is in the water pool still, in the fountain, in front of the statue that you made your offering at.
Okay, so I'll yell to Montgomery, can you speak with this beast?
I can certainly try. Gurgle, gurgle. Gurgle, gurgle. Please
I'll just say, it does not seem intelligent, this creature.
Well, I see. It's not, it doesn't appear to be, studious.
Alright, well then, off I go. Yeah, I'm just gonna...
You're just gonna dive into the water, or are you gonna stand at the edge of the water, or how do you want to do this?
Oh, I'll go to the edge of the pool, and I'm actually going to use my lion shield.
Oh yeah, what does that thing do?
Nice.
I can hide behind it. No, it 3 times a day I can, as a limited free action, the lion's head can come out, and I can command it to bite, and I use my biting bit.
Wow. All right. So, command it to bite. Its attack is its wielder's fighting, so that is a hit. I'm assuming against this thing. Let me just double check. It's parry. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a hit. It's not a raise, but it is a hit. And it causes 2d8
damage. Yeah.
AP 2 damage. Okay. Yeah. Roll me 2d8. Ooh. Was that 2 or 1? That was 2.
Oh,
that was 2. Okay, 7 points of damage. Let me just check stuff in this. It does not seem to even make a dent as this lion, this spectral lion, emerges from your shield and roars in the direction of this water elemental. And it just kind of like sound hitting the water and just kind of causes ripples. And it gets muffled for a moment and then breaks through the backside of this water elemental, and you can hear the roar again on the other side of the room. It is the water elemental's turn.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this thing.
No, thank you.
You guys, like, owned everything last time, so I thought I'd give you a challenge, and now I feel kind of bad. Alright, it's just gonna, like, this big, almost like a watery arm, rears back, and it's gonna slam water down onto you and, Yargan, as you're the last one to try and hurt it.
I gave them cheese. You'd think it'd be friendly.
Let's see if this even hits.
I think you gave him the cheddar, made him gassy.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right, Hemlock. I should have given him the Gruyere. That's the fancy stuff.
A 6 does not hit you, does it? Your parry is a 10?
Yep.
Okay. You are good. Over to Montgomery.
Oh, dear.
Water just splashed down all around you.
I don't want to be here. So, Yargan, you got this, friend. Going to move over here by the steps to get the hell out of here. But then I will look back. I will think better of what I said, and I will drop a confusion blast template in such a way as to not well, I don't know. Should I try to do damage, or should I do
damage? Do damage. This thing is beefy.
Okay. You know what? You talked me into it. I will spend the extra power points that I am running out of, and I will spellcast. That'll be a hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
That will be a hit. Okay. And then I'm going to do my... How did I do it last time? I'm going to do... So I get an extra... Because I did the bonus, I get 3d6 on the damage.
Okay.
So that should be an extra d6. That is 11 points of damage.
It is shaken.
But is it stirred? Oh, that was stupid. I didn't like that one.
It is shaken.
That
It is shaken.
That's okay. I'll stir the pot.
Yeah. Hemlock, get in there.
You know what I think would be fun? Why have a magical artifact that you never use?
What did I give you?
This thing's made out of water. And I've got this nice little lightning javelin.
Oh, damn.
I think I want to throw a lightning javelin into the middle of that stupid elemental.
Doesn't it? And it continues like in a straight arc or something like that? And
It does. I'm trying to move my character, but it's not being friendly. Basically, I'll angle myself to where I'm not going to hit Yargan with it.
Oh, well, hello.
For some reason, I can't move my character. Okay.
That is weird. You might have to reload.
How is it?
You moving right next to me?
I moved Jeremy over
Yes.
to you.
Okay.
Just to get out of the way.
Yeah, I hit refresh, and it's not doing anything.
Boo.
So I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I honestly, if I'm being honest, I don't really recall. I guess I just roll a regular attack first.
Yeah. Is it on your character sheet? I'm looking for it here.
No, I don't have like an actual thing for it.
That's okay.
I know it'd be an athletics check to attack, so I'll at least get the athletics out of the way.
But it's a Javelin of Lightning. When thrown, the javelin becomes a streak of lightning. The user places a stream template in front of him. The attack does 4d6 electricity damage to anyone who fails to evade. And the javelin is consumed, evading. So
I just put it on your character sheet as well, Jeremy.
Okay.
you got to do an
46
agility at
electricity.
-2.
Oh man, it just kicked me out of Forge. Oh, it says this site can't be reached. That's
dear.
46 electricity, right? Like you don't even, you just roll to evade.
Yeah, you have to roll agility at -2, man.
Okay. I will roll that. In the meantime,
I think this assumes that he throws properly.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he's got to roll an attack or whatever. But...
this thing's agility is not great, obviously. Agility -2. It gets a 1, so you're gonna do what? 46 electricity damage against it.
yes.
That is
Just unfortunately, I'm still trying to log back into it, but it's.
Somebody else want to roll the damage for Jeremy?
You're doing a great job, Hemlock. I know you're not here. You look a little lost.
Sorry, that Briere really went to my head.
Well, I know. It's very potent. It really is.
Passed right through you.
That's the tiefling sweat that we soak it in.
Oh man,
You know, get the flavor.
Gross.
makes sense. You use demon skin to wrap around it. You take the sweat. Waste not wanna. Yeah. Unfortunately, if somebody's willing to roll.
Yeah,
it
can
for
someone
me,
just roll the, what was it, 46?
Megan got it.
12 damage?
There you go.
Ooh, that's not a great result, is it?
No, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Low average.
No, it's okay.
I mean,
Don't
Was
apologize.
it already shaken, or
It was already shaken.
was 12 enough to at least get a wound in?
12 is enough to get a wound in.
Okay. Well then, I'll be happy with that.
So this thing, all of a sudden, lightning crackles and sparks, arcs into the water, and this thing just starts thrashing around. It's almost like a pillar of water shooting straight up in the sky as you see lightning arcing all the way through this water and everything all about it, and it dissipates and disappears, and all of a sudden,
You know what happens when you hit the water element with lightning?
The Link Self music comes up, and a doorway opens to the northeast. And you find another piece of parchment floating on the water.
Oh, well, would you look at that? What does it say? Very, very curious.
I'll share it here with you in one moment.
Is there any kind of short rest in the Savage Pathfinder rules to get back power points?
You can rest to get back 5. It's
It's
usually
like an 8-hour rest, isn't it?
It's usually per hour.
Okay.
And then there's an edge you can take to where you can get 10 back per hour instead of 5 per hour.
Do you guys want to
Yeah, I
go
can take
back out to the beach and sleep for 8 hours?
Like there's a short rest you did?
Yeah, so basically in most Savage Worlds games, you get back 5 power points per hour.
Okay.
That you're being reasonably restful.
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm running low. I'm down to 4.
128. So healing, rest, use natural healing rules on page 128 during the week. We got the golden hour, we got natural healing. That's for wounds, though. It's for wounds. Yeah, we'll do, yeah. What Jeremy said. You get another piece of the map. It says, pay homage to the lost. Take not their blade or their spear if you want to win the Pirate King's treasure.
Shame we can't just pay fromage.
Oh, that's a good one right there. Oh, dear. Oh, we got ourselves a comedian. Oh. That's wonderful. That's really
Can't
wonderful.
pay fromage. Do you want to stop and take a rest and get some PowerPoints and all that good stuff back?
All I'm saying is that, I am limited in my physical capacities. And if we encounter more difficulties, as we've done here, and you need my magical acumen, I am depleted somewhat.
Not unreasonable.
You're saying we should stop for a cheese break, hey?
Oh dear. Yes, please, absolutely. Yes, I really do want to nibble, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You just want to go
It's
back
up
to the
you guys.
beach?
I'm down to 4 power points, so basically I can't really up my too many spells. It takes like for me to do any damage, it's like 3 power points to cast bolt. So to cast it.
This has been pretty difficult so far compared to the last one.
I mean, I can spend bennies to get power points back too. So like we can press on.
Yeah, everybody gain a Benny. It doesn't let you guys getting bennies. I have to give them to you. Is that correct?
Yeah, I didn't see a way to do it. It doesn't have the same layout as like
On the character sheet, is there?
Yeah, I don't. On my character sheet, it doesn't have that thing at the top of the main page where you can.
Oh, I can't get in now. But earlier I had a plus sign next to the Benny thing.
Yep.
Not me.
There.
I just have minus.
Just minus.
It's all
No
you're allowed.
extra bennies for you.
I added one for you.
Thank you. I think someone gave me 2, so I'm gonna spend that one. There we go. Now we're back down to 3. There we go.
Man, Forge just really hates me.
Tonight it is not your friend. All right.
I gave you one too, Jeremy.
Everybody has too many PowerPoints now.
Oh,
I will go ahead and just to make sure, I will spend it to gain 5 power points. So
Okay.
I'll spend 1 immediately,
Sounds good.
so we don't have to rest. So we can keep going.
Okay.
So you've got a branching path here in front of you.
So I'm just gonna go in.
Yeah.
Was there, before we go, I just wanted to take a quick peek at that statue to see
Yes.
if there was anything of interest, if that's okay.
Anything of value? Yeah. Go over
Yeah.
and make me a notice roll.
I will gladly do that for you, sir.
Thank you.
I rolled a 14.
Holy crap.
Very good eyes on this one.
There isn't, but I feel like I should give you something at this point with a roll like that. My god. I feel like you deserve something.
I agree.
Bear with me.
I do too. I think advancement to journeyman would be great.
Nice.
On journeyman cheese monger. What can I give you?
I was annoying Melissa with his voice all day. Like, I think this is what I'm gonna do right here. It's gonna annoy you.
Wonderful.
I like it.
Great.
Okay. You find an immaculate bottle, glass bottle, sitting there. Looks, and there's a cork on top of this glass bottle.
Well, oh my. Is there anything in it? If I look inside? Oh.
It seems to be empty.
Oh dear. There's nothing. But look at it. Looks really, really nice.
This seems appropriate for this deity.
Got an empty but very beautiful bottle.
Yeah, it seems like it's just the weight of the bottle itself.
Well, I don't know. Should I open it?
Yes.
I open it.
Yeah, you feel
Anything
like
happen if I uncork it?
You feel like a rush of air kind of hits your face as you do so.
Oh, wow. My hair just starts getting blowing in the wind and everything. Okay. And then I'll put the cork back in if that's all it is.
You've got a bottle of air. Take into any airless environment. This corked glass bottle retains air within. Anyone who holds it can breathe from it as an action.
Oh, nice.
So you can like breathe underwater with it and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I'll put it
That's
on the
so
character sheet.
cool.
Bottle of air. It seems appropriate for god of air and water. There we go.
Nice.
Oh, you got two of them. All right.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's all good. So you got a branching path. You got a one to the north, what looks very similar to the drawings that you saw on that latest piece of parchment that you got. You can see a short passage opening into a long, quiet chamber, flanked on both sides by wooden racks, but decked with old, dust-covered weapons. Some appear to be in fine condition, while others appear to be nothing more than rusted scrap. The Clockwork Parrot flies off into this room as soon as you peek over there, and sits atop a small plaque on the far end of the chamber, lit above by a narrow shaft of light. To your south, there is another room. There is a cavern corridor, opens a naturally domal chamber. 4 stone pedestals stand before you, arrayed in a semicircle around a small altar. Atop the altar are 4 stone sculptures. One depicts the sun, another has been carved to look like a crescent moon, the third is a tablet that has a small constellation of stars carved in it. The fourth resembles a comet racing through the sky. The pedestals are identical, save for the fact that each has a shining coin set into its face, starting on the left with copper, followed by silver, gold, and finally platinum.
Yargan's just gonna push forward into the weapons room.
Yes, of course. So the weapons room, there. So I said the Clockwork Parrot is sitting on top of a plaque, and the plaque reads, "Honor the weapons of the fallen dead, those who died in service upon the sea, but let not those tools go unused, for even in death they might help the living." So this was depicted in the latest fragment that you received. And there may be a clue on there on what to do in this room with all of these old weapons in the statue.
We gotta pay homage to the lost. But it says, take not their blade or spear if you want to win the Pirate King's treasure. So, we probably shouldn't do anything with spears or blades. That would be my first guess. Are there other types of weapons on the walls here?
Yeah, everybody go ahead and just make me a notice roll and just start scanning through all of these weapons. If you will.
I'd be happy to do that.
Please and thank you.
Can.
Ooh, whoa! Montgomery, you rolled twice? Oh no, one of those was old.
That was the other one.
But you did get a raise.
Not as good as last time.
Do you want me to roll for you, Jeremy?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Do you have access to his character sheet?
Yep.
Ooh.
Did not.
Maybe get Megan to roll for you.
you.
So you start looking around, and there's basically all sorts of swords and spears all over this room, of various quality. But you do locate among them a gaff and a club seem to be the only non-edged weapons here on these racks. With your raise, Montgomery, you did find a very, very stunning, immaculate spear with all sorts of engravings down the wooden shaft of it. It looks like it may be magical.
Well, we've got ourselves a predicament here, as the clue says not to take blade nor spear. But this spear looks, well, I'm just going to say it. It looks magical.
Jurgen's gonna pick up a rock from the ground and throw it at the spear.
Okay. You throw the spear and it kind of like rattles on the rack. You hit it, and it just kind of like rattles in place, and nothing else happens.
Seems safe.
Well, maybe we could take the club or the gaff first and play it by ear, and we can always pick the shit up on our way out.
That seems fair. Does look like a nice spear, but you're right. Maybe on the way out.
All right, but you got the gaff and the club.
Yeah, just go over and pick it up.
Do we know anything about those weapons in terms of their ritual of the dead, or is there anything pirates perhaps?
You just make a common knowledge roll. Anybody can.
Oh, I would be delighted.
Yeah.
Oh,
holy moly, Jargon. You're a weapon master. So not necessarily tied to pirates themselves, but thinking back maybe on this clue is to pay homage to those that have fallen. So you think maybe place these weapons at the feet of the statue in the corner here, pay homage to them, but leave the others alone, the edged weapons alone.
He's gonna pick them up and look at them and turn around to the other one. Everybody else in the room go shh. Go over, lay them down in front of the feet of the statue in his attempt to make it kind of look pretty.
Yeah, and as you do so, there's like a rumbling and like dust falls, and there's a click, and like a compartment opens up the base of the statue, revealing the final piece of this puzzle. And it looks like it's the next area. You see that there's an altar, and you see that there's 4 circles on there, most likely representing those jars that you saw. Lost at sea, remember that the one that is worth the most always goes last. And if you remember, there was copper, silver, gold, and platinum coins on those jars over there.
So again, I'll grab the parchment paper and I'll look at it like I am reading it. Interesting. And then I'll pass it to Hemlock.
Yeah. All right. I'm blind to everything around me right now, so damn frustrating. But yeah, let's try to arrange these here jars.
Yeah.
So the jars have coins in them, or
there's coins like embedded like on the jars themselves, like they're inset on the jar, and it was copper, silver, gold, platinum, and there's an altar in front of them.
Are there well, I mean, if we go just pure from economics, that would be copper, silver, gold, platinum. However, this is a puzzle, and that seems easy.
So I'll read this room again. So, 4 stone pedestals stand before you, arrayed in a semicircle around a small altar. Atop the altar are 4 stone sculptures. One depicts the sun. Another is carved to look like a crescent moon. The third is a tablet that has a small constellation of stars. carved into it, and the fourth resembles a comet racing through the sky. The pedestals are identical, save for the fact that... the coins are in the pedestals. The fact that each has a shining coin set into its face, starting on the left with copper, followed by silver, gold, and finally platinum. There is another clue here. There is an engraving on the altar itself, which I will also share with you to help you along with this little puzzle. So, engraved on the altar, to find your way you must be able to navigate by the sun, the moon, and the stars, preying upon a lucky comet to find your way home. The sun is mighty in value, worth more and placed before the stars. The moon, in her pale radiance, can't be gold or copper. To spy a comet is worth 100 times what you might get for glancing upon the moon, and the stars come out right before the moon rises.
So if stars come before the moon, and the moon, the sun is mighty in value, worth more, and placed before the stars. So it could be sun, stars, moon. And then the question is, where does the comet go? It's the comet. It's worth 100 times what you might get for glancing upon them. If the moon can't be gold or copper, well, I feel like it can only be silver or platinum then.
Yes.
Yes!
Just a moment. Let's see. So
there's really no rolls on this one's just this is a straight up riddle, this one. And you have the clue from the map fragment from the previous room as well, telling you that one of them, the most expensive does not go last or something along those lines.
Now, my immediate guess, I could be wrong. If a comet is worth 100 times what you might get from the moon, and if we think about the way in which our economics work, 10 copper is equal to 10 silver, and then 10 gold is equal to 10 silver, which is 100 copper equals a gold. Is that correct? So I think what they're saying is that the comet is 2 denominations higher than the moon. So that means the comet has to be platinum. Means the moon has to be silver, right? And then I don't know if I'm right. I hate fucking puzzle.
I do too. I really do.
The sun is mighty in value, worth more and placed before the star. Oh, perhaps.
I'll tell you this, Jeff. Yes, Jeff, you're on the right.
Right.
You're correct. You're on the right track.
I think I was right.
I don't want you guys to go in circles and question yourselves. You're correct in your assessment so far.
Stars, moon, and then sun, right? Oh wait, no, that can't be right because the sun has to come before the stars.
Let me see here. You were correct with the comet being platinum. You were correct with the moon being silver.
Okay, so I got that right. So then the
so
stars
you can mark
come
those
out
off
right before the moon, which means the stars then has to be gold, which means that the sun has to be placed. But this then says the sun is mighty in value, worth more and placed before the stars, but it can't come before the stars if the stars are gold, because the platinum is copper.
Go, not go comet, sun, stars.
The sun is mighty in value, worth more and placed before the stars. So it's worth more and placed before. So it can't be one of the lower value ones. And then this clue for the stars.
But the stars come out right before the moon.
Right before the moon rises.
Right before the moon rises. Oh, so it comes out right. Okay, so then yeah, it's got to be comet, sun, moon, stars. Right?
Yep.
Yep.
Final offer.
That's my. Is that our final answer?
Yeah.
All right, so you put them on the pedestals in that order.
That is correct, sir.
Well done, Jeff. For someone who hates puzzles, you did it. Wow, good job. And with everyone else just going, yep. Oh, that's great. So, that's awesome. So the full four sculptures glow with a radiance matching their pillar before floating up towards the ceiling to create a vibrant illusion of the sky. The sun setting on the ocean with the stars and the moon rising before a flash that resolves with a comet streaking overhead. Once this illusion dissipates, a door opens ahead.
Oh. Oh, well. Someone just go ahead and close that door, because I can see what's at the end of it.
See right in. Yeah. The rolling
There's
ocean.
a fella in there.
The rolling ocean has been painted on the walls of this chamber in faded blues and pale white. Opposite the entrance is a raised platform with an enormous stone throne set against the far wall. An equally large skeleton sits on the throne, clad in a pirate attire, complete with a patch over his eye and an empty eye socket. The voice booms from within the room. My old friends, you have come so far, and the end is just over the horizon. I hope you will face this final test together and learn, as I have, you can only step into the future by overcoming your past. As the giant skeleton stands up at the throne, draws a massive cutlass, and he also has a huge anchor hanging off of his belt, and starts stepping towards you.
Oh no.
Oh no, this is it. This is the last boss. This is the end game.
Well then,
You just close the door and walk away.
how much do we really want this treasure? We don't even know what it is. Could be anything at this point. After you, Jurgen. Age before beauty.
What? What did you say?
Nothing. I said, I hope we get this booty.
Yeah, he said you need to go into you need to rage so you can get that booty.
Yep.
Right.
So let's go ahead and run.
Fight a giant skeleton?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to go in, Jeremy?
I do. I can't.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be a
it.
pain in the ass. Okay, I'm going to set up combat
I'm really
here.
Sorry, guys. I don't know.
No, it's all good.
You're
It
all
happens
good,
to
man.
me on Forge Foundry all the time. Don't worry about it.
I gotcha.
Woo, Red Joker. Everybody, you should have all been
Oh.
given a Benny. If not, I can add one to your character sheets.
Well,
That
that's
is-
super.
That is going to help.
Yay.
Did it automatically give you one or no?
It did indeed.
Perfect. All right, so Jargon, you charge in there with vim and vigor. You can see the end in sight as this giant skeleton lifts itself up off the throne. It is literally giant. It is huge. It towers over all of you. It's a large creature that you're going to be fighting, and you are first. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna cower behind my shield. I'll give it a whirl again and see if it will go.
6.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
6 does not hit.
it's not.
It's parry. Or was this a range attack? This was your shield, I'm sorry?
This was my shield, yes.
If it's a range attack, that definitely hits. Sorry, I'm just looking at your lion shield again.
Yeah.
How many times can you use it a day?
3.
Does
Beautiful.
it say it's a free action? Would that indicate she could do that and still attack?
It is a limited free.
That's a limited free action. She could.
Excellent.
I may not be able to get into Forge, but I can still help.
Yeah. So, 6. Oh, it's fighting roll though. So a 6 is not high enough.
That's fair.
So again, this lion roars and this spectral line shoots out in this wave of air, and the pirate skeleton holds up this bony arm. And you see dust kind of fly off as the sound waves hit it.
You
You're gonna have to do better than that, landlubbers.
got a reroll in the beginning from Aaron, and
Oh yeah, Aaron
probably a
bought...
Bennyable. There's probably a Benny roll. That's a D12 you got there. That's pretty good.
Do you want to re-roll that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll pretty.
Yeah, of course.
That
Jesus.
does not. Let me just see. No. 7 hits. 7 hits.
What?
Yeah, because you got a +2 as well.
7 hits.
Joker.
8 with 2.
It took into account the Joker, but it did hit. 7's good. 11 points of damage, huh?
Yeah.
Does that 8 explode? Did you get to roll it again?
Does what explode?
You rolled an 8 on one of your d8s.
Yeah.
Roll me another d8, please, Megan. Yargan.
Get him.
15.
15 total. You have shaken the giant pirate skeleton. Yarr! You put up more of a fight than I expected. This is a wild card. I'm gonna spend a Benny to immediately just get rid of that. Cool. Or do you have to wait till your turn?
Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
It's immediately, so it's like anytime you want. Jeremy, you're up. Do you want me to? You have 2 power points. Do you want me to spend a Benny to give you 5?
Yeah, I would have gotten 5 back.
Okay.
Or I should have. I've only cast the 1 spell. I don't know why it was that low.
No idea. What would you like to do?
Did Yargan get in her sword swing already too?
Oh, get up there, Yargan. What's your pace?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
What's your pace, Yargan? Can you reach that giant skelly?
And I've only have 4.
Oh, you're a stubby little dwarf.
Yeah.
All right.
No, fair enough.
I got closer.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll position myself to wherever I could do burst, and I'll spend the extra power points for more damage.
Okay. So stream is 24 times 2 yards. So you have to get within 24. So you can get there pretty easy then.
Yeah.
Is it like is it a fairly big height?
No, we'll say it's like 5 feet. Like that's not gonna be anything significant.
So we'll move around the south side of the throne room, and so he doesn't get Yargan in the fire. And you want to use +2 power points.
Mm-hmm.
Okie doke. Okay, well, here we go. Look at that there. That's a beautiful roll. That's a raise.
Nice. That'd be like 46.
So that's gonna be 46.
Woo! 10 points of damage.
No, that's to hit.
That's to hit. Okay. Yeah.
So
That is a raise.
Yep. So is it?
So it's 3 because of the extra power points and 4 because of the raise.
And normally it's just 2, right? So
right.
Mod of 2d6. So,
do you want to Benny that? You're not going to damage it.
Yes.
I'll tell you right now, you're not going to hurt it.
Roll 2. So I'm going to do that. 2d6. That's much better. That's a 15.
That is a shaken.
Okay, dokie.
I will immediately spend a Benny and buy that off.
That's fair. We're making them spend them.
You are making me eat my bennies.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Montgomery. Over to you.
Well, okay. Well, I am going to stay here because I can fire from way the hell back here, and it's a very nice place back here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get my old beautiful orange marble out, and I am going to whisper sweet nothings into its ear, its metaphorical ear. I'm going to.
Jeremy, do you know in the Pathfinder stuff, if something has a star next to it, like for the modifiers, do you know what that means? Instead of like the bullet, you're muted. But...
Oh, sorry, I was cursing at my forge. So that's like a special thing, like that's an advanced option that can come in later tiers with.
So I don't have
an
access
edge.
for it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just do normal +2. Then I'll do basically the same thing Jeremy just did, just with a projectile as opposed to a.
Oh look!
I see you're back in,
Forge's
Jeremy.
Mother. Yeah, I was saying some choice words while I was muted, and it worked.
Oh well,
Holy
that's
crap!
a
That's a hit with a
raise.
raise. Yep.
That's a 14. So that's gonna be, oh well, it's gonna be some damage. Same thing basically.
You're making my giant skeleton eat up all of his bennies.
6d6 plus raise.
That is good.
You know what? I owe Jeremy another d6 of damage, by the way, because I didn't hit the raise check mark. I only rolled
Okay.
the other one.
Yep. Sounds good. Well, I used a Benny to get rid of it, but
Yeah, but he could have got a threshold to would have gotten you to
gotcha.
a higher
14.
level. Yeah, so for Jeremy, his damage would have been that would have exploded.
Yeah. Roll again.
That would have exploded
Oh
again.
my god, Jeremy's gonna kill this boss.
So that's 12, 15. So Jeremy would have done 29 points of damage to the guy.
29 points of damage.
Haley. Oh, man.
Okay, so I gotta work through this. Damn it.
I'm glad I wasn't rolling for myself. Oh man,
Oh,
I don't
my
think I could have pulled that
God.
off.
Alright. He's gonna be shaken with a wound. I guess he's not shaken though, because I spent the penny, right? But he's wounded? Is that
Right.
how?
So
Yeah.
he is
is wounded.
So okay. So he takes
And
one
then you
wound,
did,
one
sorry, how
wound.
much? 14 damage?
and then I did 14 points of damage.
That would shake him.
Okay. Oh my god. He's got toughness of 11.
12.
I rolled pretty poorly. I'm gonna re-roll the damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna,
Toughness of
I'm gonna take a
12.
shot.
Mm.
Man, that's terrible.
Mm.
It's even worse. All right.
Alright,
So
so
he's shaking again.
Alright. It's his turn. He will try to get rid of this shake with a roll and not do it and spend his last Benny to do so. You've eaten up all of his this wildcard's bennies. He's gonna charge forward with his cutlass and try and stab at Jurgen? No. No.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright. I'm not gonna hit you. I can't hit any of you. I need to do ranged attacks to hit
You
you.
need to surrender.
Oh
That
my
could work out.
god! What? What? Is that even right?
It's a 1 out of 3. That's a shame.
Yikes! I don't have any. He's got a D10. Yeah, that is correct. He's used up all of his bennies. All right, new round.
Oh dear.
Oh, there we go. All right, he's going to try and swing at you again, Jurgen.
Yep.
That doesn't hit you, does it? You have a 10 parry.
I do.
Holy crap. That's a lot.
You have a
That's
10
pretty
parry.
awesome.
All right, so he lifts up his giant cutlass and slams it down on the ground. You just deflect it with your lion shield. Oh, Hemlock, you're up again.
All right. Well, I figure I'll empty out my power points and shoot this guy again. That's what classy people do.
We're just going a little over here, if that's okay. We're at the end of the adventure.
It's all good.
We'll wrap this up. You guys are putting in some good damage on this guy.
Okay, that'll be a hit.
That's a hit. Yeah,
Okay, that's a hit. There we
that
go.
is a hit.
There
Roll
we
your
go.
damage. Nope.
Oh no.
7's not
Did you-
enough.
Did you burn
Oh
power
yeah,
points
I should have rolled my extra d6 on that. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Roll another one.
10 wouldn't have done it.
No. All right, Montgomery. You can do the same
I'll
thing.
spend the Benny and re-roll the 3d6.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, go for it. Woo!
Oh, there you go.
Woo!
Joe.
That is a shake. Rattle
And
and,
I
roll.
get to re-roll that 6.
Roll another d6, yeah.
Oh my god.
So 15,
Going.
20.
Points.
20.
So he had a 12.
Yeah.
So that gets to 16, 20. That's 2 wounds.
Dead. He did.
All right.
Or
We're
no,
at the
it's
end.
3. He's at 3.
He's at.
Or yeah, 2 more. I mean, so that would take him to 3.
That would take him to
Yeah,
3
he's at
wounds.
3.
Shillelagh.
3 of 3 wounds. You need one more to kill him, or is that it? That's it, isn't
Needs
it?
one more to kill him.
You-
Right?
well, okay. All right.
Because
So
he had 1 already.
so he's at
And
3.
then 2
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you shoot him, and you like bones splinter off, with your shillelagh attack, and you can see he's like limping. It was one of his legs that you shot, and he's kind of like hunkered down next to Yargan now. Let's do Montgomery.
Okay.
Oh, did
I will do the usual thing. I will bolt like a badass. Here we go. Okay, a 7's okay, but I'm going to spend a Benny to see if I can get a raise.
Melissa just bought everybody another reroll, by the way.
Well, I'm gonna free reroll that sucker then, and
Okay.
I'm not gonna get it. But I still got 3d6s. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So let's mixture. Come on, you son of a bitch.
You son of a
Oh,
bitch.
geez.
10 points of damage? That's to hit.
Not enough.
No, that's not enough.
Nope. I need to get to 12. I will Benny the damage.
Okay, go for it.
See if I can get it. Come on. God dang. You're stupid.
All right. Yargan, are you gonna finish this thing off?
Yep. I'm going to
Put an end to it.
I'll use my shield first.
Yep. Oh, what? What? Oh. So this is your shield. This is your free attack with your shield. So this is with a raise. So roll your 2d8 plus a d6 on there for the raise. Right? This is your lion shield.
It's okay.
2d8 plus a d6. Oh, it's not enough. It's not enough,
Yeah.
Megan.
Can I spend a Benny?
You can spend a Benny to
You
reroll.
can.
Rolled a 1 on a d6. Yeah.
I know that hurts.
That's another D6 that I roll, yeah?
No, you get to reroll that
reroll
whole
all of
thing.
it.
So the 2d8 plus d6. Oh, what? Are any of them max? Nope. Dang it. Dang it.
So close.
Yeah.
Make your regular attack, Yargan.
Yep.
Do it.
That
What
does
the-
not hit.
Ah!
You went wild too.
I did indeed. So, yeah. So this is the It's
New round. You're up again, Yargan.
All right. Jesus.
Stab him in the face.
Stab him in the face.
Fine.
There you go.
That is a hit. It's not with a raise, but it is a hit.
Jesus.
Do you have any bennies left?
I'm gonna totally use it.
This is for all the marbles.
I know.
Finish off this pirate skeleton captain. Arrgh.
No.
Thanks for
No.
not being kind.
Hemlock, are you gonna shillelagh?
Yeah, I'll basically I'll spend a Benny for some more power points as he cuts himself to draw some blood and fuel the magic. I'll blast him again. I'll make sure to spend some power points to
Put him down for good.
Oh, I have to add the 5 before it lets me do it. It's like, no, you don't have enough points.
Finish off the pirate captain.
Okay. No. 2. No, it should let me do it.
Oh,
I get
what? What?
I do get a free reroll.
Okay.
because of my
All you need is a full. Oh no!
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh.
my god.
Do we have to roll on the magic table? Critical failure?
God bless it.
Is that a thing, Jeff? Isn't it? It isn't Deadlands.
I don't know. I don't know if Pathfinder has any specific.
All right, let's go to
rules.
118
I haven't
critical
really
failures.
dug into the Pathfinder stuff.
Backlash, spell misfires, page 169.
So I get 1 free reroll. I guess it doesn't say I have to take the second one. I just get, but it's a reroll. I assume you have to take the result of the reroll.
I think crits have.
Yeah. I haven't messed with this before.
No, it's all good. We didn't see this last time. It's funny. The feedbacks are not on the page that it says it is in the book.
I haven't played Savage Worlds in like 2.5 weeks, so my memory of it is completely gone.
Backlash. Critical failure when activating a power is called backlash. It causes a level of fatigue, and all currently active powers instantly terminate. So give yourself a level of fatigue.
Okay.
There we go. I want tables like Deadlands. Giant skeleton is shaken. Oh, did you roll it off?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he rolled it off.
Automatically. He's no longer shaken.
All right, he's gonna swing at you once again with his great sword.
He must have. Okay.
What's that?
I guess he has that one talent that lets him shake off one of the wounds for wound penalties. Otherwise,
Oh, why? Oh, like on the roll there?
Yeah, there's an edge that lets you ignore the. I can't remember. It could be tough or something like that.
Tough as nails.
All right, let's roll. Oh my God, Megan! I hit you! I hit you with a raise.
I just gotta stab you in the face.
That's what happened last time. Damage.
Happened last time.
14 points. It brings it with one arm. It swings and slices at you with its giant cutlass. What does 14 points of damage put you? What do you got? You've got 8 toughness.
Yep.
That gets her to a wound.
Yeah. Shaken with a wound. Which isn't so bad. Could have been much worse.
Last time. Yep. That's okay.
All right. Finish this damn thing off, Montgomery.
Listen here, orange marble, friend. You see that big fella? Unleash the cheese.
Unleash the cheese.
It's the same thing I've been doing.
It's a lot of work here. Didn't expect this. I'm a boatman, and we're in a cave. This is weird.
That's
yes, yes.
Why can't I get that on the damage? I want it on the damage.
Right?
You know?
We've just had so much rough luck on the damage rolls.
Yeah. So I should get. I want to make sure I do this right because I always get confused. So with a raise, it should be 46 is total. So I should be doing 46. So put that in. Oh my gosh! I will
Reroll.
I will re-roll for damage. 15 points of
That's
damage.
it. Well, he's not shaking anymore, is he? It just takes him shaking.
No,
No.
he's shaken. We gotta get another one.
Yep.
He's shaken.
He's shaking. All right, you guys just need to go first.
I had 2
Yargan,
ones on that roll too.
Do this, Jurgen. Finish him off. That is a hit. Yeah? No. Yes, yeah. That's a hit. It's not with a raise. He's got a parry 7, so it's a hit. That does not do damage.
I don't have anything else to.
I'm all out.
All out, man.
All right, Montgomery.
It's back to me again. I'm going to burn a penny to get some power points back. And I'll be like, okay, you gave him part of the cheese. Now you need to give him the rest of the cheese. You know, the big cheese. And I will try it again. Here we go. Everybody ready?
We're ready.
That's a success. Not a very good one, but it's a success.
Yep.
Maybe that means 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage. That does it. All right, how do you kill this giant skeleton?
Slowly over time, with the push girl.
No, I hold the big old orange marble out at him, and I just go, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a big old orange bolt flies across the room and explodes upon him, kind of sending his various skeletal bones cascading in different directions.
You've been revoked.
All right, we'll speed through this to the end of the adventure. We've gotten a little late here. So all of a sudden, another secret door opens to the southeast now of this room, and all of a sudden, Kahlo takes flight down this passage as soon as the giant skeleton falls. I'm assuming you follow. So you follow him down.
Yeah.
It goes winding passages and corridors, cut into the caves in this cavern. There's little light in here whatsoever, and you follow him for what seems to be forever. But eventually, what seems like, almost an hour, make your way into a larger room. In the center of this chamber is a massive wooden chest, and its lid is open, and it's brimming with gold and jewels and all sorts of treasure that you could only imagine what it would be worth. And with that, Carlo lands on top of the chest and opens his beak, and the voice of Captain Renlock emerges once again. And it says, my friends, you truly were the finest crew I ever had the pleasure of sailing with. Remember, this was meant for his crew. I am sorry to say that the promised treasure was not all here. There is more. I hope you'll forgive me. But there are more clues ahead. Outside, I have left you my prized possession. The ship that you saw sunk outside was not that of my own, but rather a ruse. And I leave you a sailing sloop, perfect condition to take to the seas and continue our pirating adventures of plunder. And with that, the parrot flies through another corridor, leading you guys into this secret cove within this island, where you see this beautiful, immaculate ship that has now been it's now yours, essentially yours and Darnell's. You can kill him and drown him for it. And you have a giant chest of treasure, and you have your own ship to now sail the seas on. And you have the Clockwork Parrot. It lands on one of your shoulders. It lands on Yargan's shoulder.
That's awesome.
And that, fast forward and wrap this up because it is late. That was the end of the adventure.
Nice.
So you guys can definitely handle
Yay.
more now, I found.
Oh boy. I'm a
can
boatman. We have a boat.
Yeah, you do. If Aaron was here, you guys would have walked all over all of his encounters. Just saying. His character's a beast. But, alright, we'll do this quick because we have gone late. It is a weeknight. Let's do the round tables here. Jeff, what do you got going on this week over on the Lollygaggers?
Yeah, tomorrow, twitch.tv/the Lollygaggers, we are playing Mothership. We're playing through the Gradient Descent module, if you want to come check that out. Just started, so pretty early, haven't missed much. Saturday, we are back to One Ring 2nd Edition after a couple weeks off. A lot of fun. And Monday, probably Deadlands, even though Matt's not going to be there because it's been 3 years since we last played, it feels like. But if someone else drops, we'll do something else. So we'll see.
Cool.
But yeah, that's what we got.
Megan, how's your board gaming going? Do you have any games to report back on?
Nope, not this week again. I don't know. I don't know if it's this time of year, but I'm just not with it. I work, I come home, and it just kind of blah. Except
That's
for Thursday
fair.
night, of course. They're pretty fantastic.
That is fair. No, I feel the same way most of the time. And Jeremy, tell me about this Patreon.
Sure, everybody's on Patreon. You've got comics, artwork, maps, RPG assets. Check it out.
Very good. All right. We will not be here next week, Thursday. We got the week off. I've got family coming to town, so there will be no stream, but we'll return the following Thursday with the next chapter of Actoon Cthulhu. Have a great week, everybody, and thank you for joining us.